The Richmond Football Club surprised a lot of people in 2025. Although finishing second last on the ladder, they were predicted at the start of the season to potentially not win a game by many people. And didn't they shut everyone up by coming out in the opening round and winning a game straight off the bat, showing us some young talent that they've got coming through. Then proceeded to win a couple more after that, showing some really good signs with the young talent they got coming through. And they've got the right coach, in my opinion, helping them guide the way through in Adam Uze. So without further ado, let's preview the 2026 season of the Richmond Tigers. Let's go. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Up the Guts channel. And we're continuing our 2026 season preview series. As I keep saying, we're very much at the back end now. State of Origin is coming up this weekend. Only a few more clubs to preview. And in just a couple of weeks, the actual season will be underway. No more previewing after that. It will be the real action and previewing actual footy. It's such exciting times. If you haven't already seen the videos that I have done so far after this video, make sure to go and have a look at that, as I've probably done your club so far. But if I haven't, it will be coming up very shortly. But today, it's all about the young Richmond Tigers. So as I mentioned, 2025, they finished 17th, but they surprised a lot of people and showed some promising signs for the future with some of the young talents coming through. And again, like they've done the last 2 to 3 years, they focused on the draft with their in. So they brought in Sam coming in, a young midfielder who's got a lot of rap around him. He was a pick 7. Sam Grill, another one who's got a lot of rap on him as a midfielder, pick number 8. They picked up Zane Pecker with pick 31, and they picked up a player that no one really heard of unless you were a Geelong supporter and followed the VFL closely, and that's Patrick Rejecko. I hope I'm saying your name right. Rechko. I'm sorry, apologies if I'm saying your name wrong. But he was traded over from the Geelong Cats. Hadn't seen him at AFL level. I'll put my hand up. Didn't even know who he was. But Richmond had obviously been keeping an eye on him, and they like what he sees. So I think this was a really smart and out-of-the-box move by Richmond, because they've obviously seen something that no one else has really seen. Or well, Geelong have, because he was on their list, but hadn't seen enough to play at AFL level as such. But they've gone in, picked off one that we hadn't even seen yet. And also for Patrick, we're just going to call him Patrick because I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Looks like if that's the case, he will be a really good one. A good move for him, as this will be open the chance to play some more senior footy. So well done on both parties there. And Noah Roberts Thompson also was picked up with pick 54. Now they're out. They had a couple of delistings. So Jacob Bauer was delisted. Jacob Blight was an interesting one. I thought he was okay when he played as that key defender. He was delisted. Mate Kalina, their ruckman, was delisted. Don't believe we saw him at AFL level. Thompson Dow had a lot of promise. The younger brother of Paddy Dow, but he was delisted. Jaber Kaczynski was delisted after coming across from Hawthorn. Never really lived up to what they hoped he would have been. Keenan McIntosh was delisted, had a solid career. Keenan McIntosh was always that hard runner. Give him a role and he'll get it done. Pick 31 in the 2012 draft. Ended up playing 213 games and kicking 62 goals. They did make him wait for his debut, though, so was picked up in the 2012 draft, I mentioned, but didn't debut until round 1 of 2015 v Carlton. He's a 2-time premiership player, and in that year that he debuted in 2015, he also picked up the medal for, I think it's the AC McLean or RC McLean medal, which is the best first-year player. So well done to Keenan McIntosh. Will be well known in the last year at least for wearing that white headband on his head, even though he's got no hair, like a tennis player would. You don't really see it in footy. You do see it in tennis or a basketball, but he will be known for that. So well done, a great career. Good career there. 2-time premiership player. Cannot knock that. Another one that was not delisted but traded to the West Coast Eagles was Tyler Young. Now, Tyler Young has some really good talent. 27 years old, was picked up for the rookie draft as a mature ager. Picked 26 in the 2023 rookie draft. I just want to double check that for a second, guys. Give me 1 second. I say rookie draft, but I have a feeling Tyler Young might have even been a mid-season draft, and I've just wrote it down wrong. So let me just quickly gather that. No, rookie draft. Yep, so that was right. For some reason I haven't seen it. I think Jacob Blight was the mid-season pickup is what I'm thinking of. Both key defenders. But yeah, Tyler Young, 35 games since being picked up in the 2023 rookie draft for the Tigers. Only played the 7 matches in 2025 for Richmond, but when he played was really influential. Averaged 14 disposals and 6.7 marks a game. So he should slot in at West Coast down there. Not sure what the reason of him going there is. I'm just having a look here. is he from? Young play forward edge. No, he's not from WA, so there's an interesting one there. So, but I thought he was one that could really, really help Tigers, but good luck to Tyler Young in the future of his career. Now let's have a look across the park. Key defenders. Now this player was mainly played as a ruck, but has really found a spot down there at centre half back or full back, intercepting and locking down. That's Ben Miller. I thought Ben Miller had a really, really good 2025. Probably surprised a few people. Didn't know where his necessary spot was. Was playing more of a ruck forward role. Now he's found that key position role down back. If I look here, he's probably their number one defender down there. And it's exciting times for this other key defender if he can keep his body right. The luck has not been on his side, but Adam Muse, once he was fit, gave him a game at the back end of 2025 just so he could sense what AFL footy is like again, because injuries have not helped him, but such a talented player is Josh Gibcus. If Josh Gibcus can keep his body right, he could be an absolute star for them down in that defensive 50. We know what Noah Bolts is like. Had that little mishap last year, so hopefully that's all behind him, but we know I don't want to see him play forward. I want to see him play that intercepting defending role, and also because he's so agile and athlete, he's quick off the mark, so you can often go with those tall forwards and play really good lockdown roles on him while intercepting. So if Noah Bolter's at his best, I think he's a really good attribute to the Tigers backline, as well as Campbell Gray, who we've seen a couple times down there. Now, defenders, Nick Vlaston, we know what an unreal player Nick Vlaston is. Ultra consistent down in that defensive. Now, if I have a look, was Nick Vlaston All-Australian last year, or was he one of the ones that was very unlucky? If I just quickly pull that up. Nick Vlaston, if I pull this up right now, because I know he had an exceptional 2025. I know he made the squad, but I'm just confirming, did he make the team? No, he didn't make the team. But he did have a really good role as that intercepting, using the ball well off there. Sam Banks really came out of his skin, I thought, and started to move up the ground a bit more and play like a halfback wing role and gather plenty of the footy. Really like the look of Sam Banks. Luke Traynor will grow with his first year under his belt. Looked really good when he was playing. Didn't play every game, but with that extra year, with that first year under his belt, that's only going to beneficial him going to his second year and going more leaps and bounds. Jaden Shaw probably was a little bit more down as he gets a bit older, but we know the run and carry he can provide. Judson Clark's been listed as defender, so it looks like he's making that move as a running half back. Has played most of his time so far as a small forward. Been in and out of the sides to see if he can lock down a spot in that defence. Tom Brown, we know what he's like. Probably didn't have the season I was hoping for from Tom Brown, but there were some games where you were looking at it going, yeah, that's the Tom Brown we know, elite kicking. Nathan Broad's another consistent one, just tries really hard too. And Caleb Smith we saw a little bit off, I believe, as well. Midfielders, Jacob Hopper I thought was really good last year after probably not giving Richmond what they would have hoped in his first year. He's really responded there. Dion Prestia, just can't get his body right, the meatball, can he? And he has that off-field drama now. Hopefully that gets sorted. Jack Ross had his career best year for Richmond Football Club. It was first in score involvement I saw as well. Was really impactful. Hugo Ralph-Smith, just that ultimate runs all day off that wing. Tim Taranto, we know what a quality player he is. Josh Smiley, we get to see at AFL level, hopefully a high draft, first-round draft pick, so hopefully we can see a bit of him. Sam Cumming and Sam Grill and Nathan Roberts-Thompson all draft first, Sam Grill and Sam Cumming are first-round draft picks from the draft just gone, and Noah Thompson was the pick. Thompson was the pick 54. Kane McAuliffe, we've seen. I like what we've seen of Kane McAuliffe so far. We mentioned Patrick Rajeshko. James Rosias looks like he's made that move from the half-back line to the winger. Elite runner, so hopefully he can lock down a spot on that wing. And Tyler Sonsi, when he's a bit of has a lot of talent, but he gets thrown around a lot. But the back end of is about the last 6 weeks, they started playing him as a pure on-baller. And when he did, that's where he looked like he played his best footy. That's where he played his best footy as a junior. And they mucked around with him a bit of forward mid. But when they played him purely with more midfield time, he had 20 plus disposals in the last four of the last 5 games, I believe it was. So hopefully we can see a bit more of midfielder Tyler Sonsi in 2026. Rucks is a bit of a concern. We'll touch on it why a bit later as well. But Toby Nankervis, we know he's getting older. We know he's a crash and bash. He's hard to come up against. It'll be interesting to see if this new ruck rule exposes him a bit or not. But we'll have to see. That's where Samson Ryan might be able to come in, or we haven't seen Oliver Hayes-Brown as of yet. Now, key forwards, they've got some exciting young key forwards as well as a senior player that we well know of too. Jonty Fall is one of those young, exciting players, really flies to the ball. Harry Armstrong, Tom Sims, McKelty Lafell, Liam Forsyth, all really exciting young key forwards, are really good there. And then they're under the guidance and leadance of Tom Lynch, who, whether you like Tom Lynch as a player or as a person, the way he plays, you can't knock what a quality key forward he is. So he'll be leading those young players down there. Exciting times down there for the key forward line. Now, forward, Sam Lalor is listed as a forward. He'll often split that time between the forward and mid, you'd expect. Ryan Mansell, I really like Ryan Mansell. Often gets himself suspended for going a bit too hard sometimes. But he's one who's a consistent scorer of the scoreboard. Taj Houghton, really, really exciting player. Taj Houghton came into the back end of the season and showed what an exciting talent he is. Really crafty around the goals and setting it up. Maurice Rioli, I thought, was better in 2025. Still needs a little bit better, but I thought his forward pressure was one of the key attributes to his game. Zane Pico, one of the new draft picks. Jasper Alga, we've seen a little bit. Seth Campbell and Steely Green, I really like the looks of both of them. Really quick crumbing forwards, and love to kick a goal around there too. So they're two exciting forwards for the Richmond Football Club. Let's have a look across the park. Now let's highlight a few key players going into the season. All right, my lookout for going into the 2026 season, and it's purely if he can get his body right, he could rip the competition apart, and that is none other than the former number 1 draft pick, Sam Lalor. Sam Lalor can and will rip the competition apart, rip games apart if he can keep his body right. Already been handed down the number 4 jumper from Dustin Martin, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, but if you guys saw the highlights of him so far during preseason, just absolutely ripping, running through the midfield, getting clearances, shrugging off tackles. He looks like an absolute bull. He looks fit. So fingers crossed he can do it, because not only is he a bull, but he's actually really crafty with ball in hand. It's such a great attribute that he has, because his best game, for example, was... For example, in his best game last year, round 4 v Brisbane, 24 disposals, 14 contested, kicked the 2 goals, but also had 4 direct goal assists and 10 score robins. So it shows how creative he is with the ball, wants to get other people involved. Only the 11 matches last year, 12 disposals, he averaged, and 11 goals. I'd love to see, even if he just gets that between that anywhere from that 16 to 18 disposals a game, and aim to play 20-plus matches, I think he could really rip some games apart against opposition. So Sam Lalor is my lookout for. Now, my needs to lift going into the 2026 season is someone who plays in the part of the ground which I worry if their main man goes down. And that's Samson Ryan in the ruck. Samson Ryan, I believe, when he goes in the ruck, gets absolutely bullied. But I think he looks okay when he goes forward. But there's too many key forwards down there. If Toby Nankervis goes down, he has to play the number 1 ruck role, and I think opposition ruckmen will just bully him. Maybe the new ruck rule will help him around the ground, but only 2 games in 2025 and 6 VFL games with an injury he suffered. But he signed a long-term deal in 2024. It still has 2 years to run on that contract now. I think they could easily end that contract earlier, but he needs to have a massive impact. Because like I said, if Toby Nankervis goes down, who's the next one up to do it? At this point, I'd rather see one of their key forwards go at it instead of Samson Ryan, because I know they're going to crash the pack, crash the contest, and actually put in a fight. Samson Ryan needs a big, big 2026 season. Where do I think the Tigers will finish in the 2026 season? Good news to you, Good news to you Tigers fans. I think you guys are on the up. Don't get too excited. I don't think you'll be playing finals, but you will not be finishing 17th. I've got the Tigers finishing in about that 14th spot in 2026. I think I'm really excited about the young talent that are coming through, but it's not time yet. Give it another 3 or 4 years before we start talking. Or maybe... the way the season's been playing, give it another at least 2 years before we start talking finals, in my opinion. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my 2026 season preview for the Richmond Football Club. Thank you guys for watching along. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and comment on this video. Hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell so you notify whenever we upload. And make sure to go back and watch all the other clubs that I've already done so far as we get to the back end. Only a few more clubs left. If you don't have time to sit down and watch this on YouTube, good news for you guys, I will have this available via audio on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you are one of the audio listeners right now, if you did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like and comment on this episode. Hit that follow button, turn the notification bell so you're notified whenever we upload. Share this off to a fellow Tiger supporter or someone who's just itching for the footy season to be back. It's just around the corner now, guys. And please guys, remember, and the most importantly, if you do enjoy this show, make sure to leave a 5-star rating, as that does help push the show out there to newer listeners. Thank you guys for watching and listening along, and until next time, I'll see you guys then.